Hi everybody, I love brownies. We're going to see what happens when I make a recipe that doesn't actually call for honey. Half a cup of butter. We have 5 ounces of really good chocolate. It's really dark chocolate. 2 eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 80 grams of honey, 2 teaspoons of espresso powder, 1 heaping teaspoon of salt, 1/4 cup of cocoa plus 2 extra tablespoons. This is a half a cup of flour plus 3 extra tablespoons, and this is a cup of sugar. And we're going to melt the chocolate, and we're going to add the butter and let the butter melt at the same time. So here we go. The butter and the chocolate are both in there to melt. Double boilers are great because nothing ever burns to the bottom of the pan. If you don't know what a double boiler is, a lot of people don't have them. If you don't have a double boiler, you can just set a bowl that's heat proof inside on top of a pan that has boiling water in it. But the double boiler is designed to melt things that need to melt slowly without burning them to the bottom of the pan. But there's nothing like homemade from scratch brownies. They're so much better than brownies that you buy a box mix for. Now the chocolate's almost melted. It's good I'm not a TV channel. I don't have the fashion sense for it. I have unmatching pot holders. And the next thing we're going to do is add first the espresso powder. Here it goes. And then the honey. Here's our honey. 80 grams of honey. And now we want to whisk that in. So whenever you add eggs, you want to add them gradually and whisk the whole time. I'm going to get a little whisk and break this egg up so that I don't have to do that as it goes into the warm chocolate. I do them both right now. So whenever you're adding an egg into something that's hot, you want to get the egg's temperature up a little bit first. So I'm going to put a little bit of the chocolate in here to keep from cooking the egg as it goes into the chocolate mixture. So now I'm going to start whisking this like crazy and add just a little bit of the egg at a time. All right, now look how pretty that's looking. That's looking really good. Now we can add our vanilla. Isn't that pretty? Here goes the sugar. So I'm going to put this in, and then we'll make a judgment call in a minute. We have this cocoa. This is dark processed cocoa. Okay, now we got to put in the flour. But you don't want to overmix brownies. Folding it in is much better than whisking it in. So we want these to fill the pan. So we're going to use the offset spatula to move the batter around. In order to finish these, we'll take about a tablespoon of sugar and sprinkle that across the top of this. So we're using turbinado sugar because it'll maintain its integrity a little bit and be a little crunch at the top. And then she says to use Maldon sea salt. Maldon sea salt, if you don't know it, is a heavy flake. It's a wonderful finishing salt. It's certainly not something you would sprinkle on a dish like, you know, on your eggs in the morning, but it's great for something that it would be nice to run into a good chunk of salt while you're eating it. Okay, this is ready to go in the oven, and I'll see you when it comes out. Good morning, everybody. It's time to try our brownies. This is a way to get caffeine for breakfast, right? So this is how they look. They have a little bit of flaky salt on the top and some turbinado sugar. I like them. They're good. They're nice. Really heavy, dense chocolate. If you're a real chocolate aficionado, this is the brownie for you. So I hope you make them and enjoy.